Agla. I can see Kavya from Andhra Pradesh. Hey, Kavya. So I'll just give my introduction once more here for folks who have just joined right now. Sorry to bug your flow, folks who are introducing. So I'm Rasha Khan. I'm your host, and I'm from joining from Bangalore, India. We would love to know where are you joining from here on chat. So yeah, feel free to tell us where you're joining from in chat, or if you have anything to add. So yeah, awesome. We start in few minutes. Awesome. I can see introductions are still coming in. So, folks who have just joined in right now, just to let you know, we're starting in just few minutes. And today we are going to talk about IIT Kanpur's professional certificate program in AIML. And this is a career masterclass. So, if you're wondering how to achieve mastery in AIML, this is the right place to be. And also, just to let you know that if you have a question related to AIML, or particularly towards this program, IIT Kanpur's program, what you can do is you can put down your queries in the Q&A box. Good thing is we have already started getting questions in the Q&A box for folks who have joined in early. So that's great. That doesn't happen usually. So that's great. We have gotten really good interactive audience here. We're getting a lot of introductions on chat. I can see folks have joined from Tamil Nadu. Chaitanya has joined from Andhra Pradesh. Just to let you know that I am joining from Bangalore, India, and would love to know where you're joining from. We'll just start in a few minutes. Awesome. So yeah. Okay, we have folks joining from Kenya, US, Colorado as well. That's great. I can see Sabyachi from West Bengal. Hey, hi. I can see Vijay from Mumbai. I can see someone has joined from Haridwar. Awesome. We are getting folks from different parts of the world as well. That's great. Okay, I can see Shirang joining from US, but is from Pune. I can see Karthik is joining from Tennessee, US. Awesome, awesome, folks. We're just starting in a few minutes. Keep the introductions coming in. It's always a good place to network, in these live events. I'll tell you. I can see folks from Argentina, Pakistan as well. Awesome, awesome. Welcome, folks. We'll be starting the session in a few minutes. Okay, Amitendra, where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from Hyderabad, Russia.
Wow, Hyderabad, awesome. We have gotten a lot of folks from Hyderabad here as well on chat.
Yeah, I see that.
Yes, just now I can see Ikra has joined from Hyderabad. Hey, Ikra, hi. I can see Ronald from Delhi. I think we can start. I think folks are still joining in, but I think we can start with few ground rules and introduction before we start the session. Before we go ahead, so today's career masterclass is about how you can achieve mastery in AIML through this IIT Kanpur's cutting edge course. So let's start with few ground rules. So all you need to do is you need to put down your questions in the Q&A box in case you have any queries. If you're putting those questions in the chat box, I'm so sorry, we might miss it because we get a lot of messages on chat. You can see that right now. The introductions are still coming in. So keep that up, and the session will be recorded. So you can expect a follow-up mail with recording link and also bonus offer. And to basically request a proof of attendance because you'll be getting a certificate for this webinar as well. So you can provide your name in the post-webinar survey. That is a really good tip, so I'm just passing it on to you. And let's start with getting to know you better. So before we start, we would love to know like how many years of experience do you have? So you can see a very quick poll on your screen, and there are 4 easy options. If you're currently studying, you can select that option. If you have 0 to 3 years of experience, you can select the second one. If you have 3 to 5 years of experience, you can select the third one. If you have more than 5 years of experience, you can select the fourth one. So I can see the polls moving in. We have gotten a very interactive and active audience here in terms of polls participation, I must say. So we're just getting to know you better so we can help you out better. So how much experience do you have? It's an easy question. Quick poll you can see on your screen. So you can see the first one if you're currently studying. You can see the second one, you have 0 to 3 years of experience. If you have a mid-level of experience of 3 to 5 years, you can select the third one. If you have more than 5 years of experience, you can select the fourth one. I can see most of the folks have voted. Only few of the folks who have not voted, I would suggest. I'll be giving 10 seconds more. You can go ahead and vote for an answer suitable to your experience. Awesome, awesome. I can see the polls moving still. So we'll give it 10 seconds more for other folks who are left to vote in. Also, while you're actually voting in the poll, just to let you know, I'm pretty sure you have a lot of questions. So what you can do is you can put down your questions in the Q&A box. Surprisingly, we already have gotten a few questions in the Q&A box before starting the session. So that's really great. That's an advantage. You're putting down your questions right there. And I'm pretty sure you will have more questions during the session. So yeah. If you are putting that over chat, I might miss it. So I'm really sorry for that. So yeah. Okay, I'll be closing the poll in 5 seconds. Few of the folks who have not voted. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'll be ending the poll now. Thank you so much for voting. So let me share the results. So if you can see that we have gotten almost half of the folks who are currently studying, and other half of the folks who have more than 5 years of experience. That's great. And I can see few folks who have 0 to 3 years of experience and few other folks who have 3 to 5 years of experience. So thank you so much for sharing your experience so we can help you better. Moving on, we'll be talking about the agenda of the session. So obviously we'll be getting to know more about you so we can understand how to help you out better and make you understand this career path towards AI and machine learning. And we will be also talking about what this program exactly offers and how this program will get you job ready. And we'll be taking you through the enrollment steps, and there'll be a special session for the Q&A part as well. So I'll make sure that we take few questions during the webinar. But towards the end of the session, we'll make sure that we actually take all the questions related to AML, for that particular session. So yeah, please have some patience and please go and put down your questions in the Q&A box. I can see them coming while I'm speaking, so that's great. I can see an attentive audience here. So yeah. Also, we have our speaker here with us today, Amitendra Srivastava. So Amitendra will be taking us through the PCP program in AIML with IIT Kanpur. Amitendra, would you like to give us your introduction?
Sure. Thanks, Rasha. Hello, everyone. My name is Amitendra. Delighted to be here with all of you today. Just to give you a quick introduction, I hold an MBA degree, and I had the privilege of accumulating over 16 years of invaluable corporate experience. My journey in the corporate world has been defined by my passion for analytics and statistical concept, which has driven me to excel in the field of training, delivery, and analytics product development. Over the years, I have had the incredible opportunity to work with some remarkable organizations and individuals, and privilege of training corporate organizations in data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, accumulating over 4,500 hours of training experience. And it's been a deeply rewarding experience to empower professionals with the knowledge and skills to harness the power of these transformative technologies. And in addition to my training endeavors, I also I have also co-founded a company called Intellitica, where we specialize in crafting data-driven solution. Our mission is to leverage incredible potential of data to solve real-world problem and drive innovations. So that's what I have been doing. And in terms of uh, corporate training that I'm doing with Simplilearn, I have more than 150 clients where I have delivered training programs, and I'm also dealing with their Caltech and Purdue program. So this is just in a nutshell what I have been doing.
Awesome. Thank you, Amitendra, for the great introduction. This program is powered by Simplilearn, and we are very proud to call us world's number one online bootcamp. And we are also very proud that we have trained 5 million plus professionals in over 150 plus countries. And we have been in this digital space for almost 13 years. And we are very proud that we are transforming lives by empowering people by digital skills. So welcome again for folks who have just joined right now. So we're starting with about careers in AI and machine learning. I can see questions coming in about career or in the Q&A box. So before we start, Amitendra, how does this AI/ML course align with AI's job growth and creation, given the statistics which are shown here?
Actually, if you look at it, it says here that Forbes is claiming that the annual growth rate would be 37.3% from 2023 to 2030, which is actually humongous. If you compare with any other industry at the moment, AI and machine learning is growing with leaps and bounds. And the understanding that you have to have from this is that it's not something which you need to be worried about. It's actually going to extend your capabilities. That's what the whole idea is. So AI machine learning will go hand in hand with us, with human, and we will be solving some more complex problems in future with lesser amount of time. That's what the whole idea is. And this growth which we are talking about here, which always it will also give you a lot of opportunity, and not only in terms of creating a lot of employment, but also in terms of creating a lot of companies, a lot of startups which will be working in this particular domain, solving new problems and all. So this is what we will be doing.
Awesome. Also, let's talk about what are the career paths that you can take up in AML skills. So, Amitendra, can you elaborate on the range of career options that individuals can pursue within this dynamic field of AI/ML?
Sure. So as you see on the screen, we have different options when it comes to your career in AI and ML, and sometimes it gets confusing also. So I'll give you a little understanding that what all these career paths are. Like we start with the machine learning engineer. So the role would be we will be machine learning engineers focus on designing, implementing, and maintaining machine learning system, and they work on developing algorithms, training models, deploying them into production environments. Skills, if you talk about for machine learning engineers, proficiency in programming languages like Python, knowledge of machine learning libraries like TensorFlow, PyTorch are very critical. When you talk about data engineers, they are responsible for building and maintaining the data infrastructure of an organization. They design and manage databases, data pipelines, and ETL, which will be kind of a foundation for machine learning project or data science project that we talk about. Skills would be mainly revolved around SQL, NoSQL, data warehousing, data integration tools that we talk about. AI architect, when you talk about, they are responsible for designing the overall AI strategy and architecture of an organization. They make high level decisions regarding which AI and machine learning technologies to implement to achieve specific business goals. And skills over here would be deep expertise in AI and machine learning with a very good understanding of business requirement. That's what is very essential for AI architect. And when you talk about AI developers, they focus on creating applications and software that incorporate AI and machine learning capabilities. They work on coding, testing, deploying AI algorithms in real world applications, and proficiency in programming language, machine learning libraries, and AI framework will be very crucial. Then you have data scientists. Data scientists extracts they extract valuable insights from the data, so they apply statistical analysis and machine learning techniques to solve complex problems and generate actionable recommendations for decision making. And here also you need to have a strong background, a strong understanding of programming platforms, data analysis, machine learning, data visualization, libraries. And when I'm explaining you these roles, you will see that there's certain overlap in one from one role to another, which happens. And depending on the organizations, they might have some of the role design which will have responsibility mixed up, which happens. But this is on a broad level what each one of them they mean.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking us through the career paths. Also, we will be talking about what are the up-to-date skills to be an AI/ML practitioner. Amitabh, how does this course ensure learners are equipped with the latest AI/ML skills needed in practice?
How it goes is basically, if you are thinking to start build your career in this particular field, you need to start with the foundational skills. And that's where statistics and maths come into the picture, which is pretty important. And I see sometimes that people try to skip this particular part and directly jump to the machine learning algorithm, and then they get into trouble later on. So I would strongly recommend start with the foundational skills, which is into statistics and maths, which is very essential. Python and its libraries, that is the tool right now for machine learning and AI. So start with that. Then as you move along, you will need to learn about different learning algorithms, which is your supervised, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. Within that framework, you'll have ensemble learning, or you talk about recommendation system. These are the learning methods that you have to learn. And then eventually you have to move to the advanced part of the machine learning. That's where the deep learning and the latest advancement in the deep learning would come into the picture. So you will be working with neural networks. We'll be talking about working with the images, working with the speech, and then generative AI, which is the talk of the town these days. Everyone is talking about generative AI, and how ChatGPT has actually changed the entire way of functioning of anyone who is into this particular domain. So this is how you should go about learning the skills. Start with the foundational skills, then machine learning, and then advanced machine learning that we'll talk about.
Awesome. Just wanted to ask the question that there's always a dilemma, right? Where do you get started? There are so many career options here, right?
That is there, but whether you go for a machine learning engineer career path, or you go for on the data scientist path, it doesn't matter. You have to have foundational skills, which is basically starts with a very basic statistics, and that is very essential, because unless you do not understand what data is or what type of data is, you'll not be able to understand what kind of machine learning algorithm I can apply. So it is as simple as that. So you cannot jump the gun over here. You need to start with the statistics and take this particular path which has been shown on your screen. This is pretty much nicely curated over here. You start with the basics, move towards machine learning algorithm, and eventually go to the advanced topic of machine learning.
Wow, thank you so much for answering that. So you have basically talked about the skills, you have talked about the career path. And I know that you're here because you actually are interested in the AI/ML program by IIT Kanpur. So what exactly is stopping you from taking this AI/ML certification? If you can see a quick poll on the screen here, this is the multiple choice question. You can select multiple options. This is to understand what exactly is the problem you're facing so we can help you out better with those answers. So following the webinar, so I can see folks have started voting already for the basically what's stopping them from taking the AIML certification. So I'll just tell the first option. The basically the first one is I can't find a fully comprehensive curriculum. Second one is I wouldn't get the practical exposure I need to become an AIML expert. I find it difficult to learn from pre-recorded videos is the third one. And the fourth one is my work schedule won't allow me enough time for learning. So let's see what is your biggest concern. So tell us what exactly is your biggest concern, basically, which is stopping you from taking the AIML certification. So you can see a quick poll on screen. We have gotten a very active audience here. So most of the folks have already voted. So sorry. So yeah, I can see the polls are still moving. So I'll be closing the poll in 10 seconds. So few of the folks who have not voted, please go and vote. This is just to know that what exactly is the biggest concern you have related to taking the AIML certification. So we can help you out better. While we are voting for the poll and folks who have already finished the poll, I can see Ronak, you have put down a question on the chat. Please put it down in the Q&A section because we get a lot of messages in the chat. That will be really helpful, when we take the Q&A questions. I'll make sure that your question get answers and for others as well. So while we're doing that. So I'll be closing the poll in 5 seconds. I can see most of the folks have already voted. So awesome. So I'll be closing the poll in 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let me just end the poll and share the results. So as we can see, Amitendra, the biggest concern here is they can't find a fully comprehensive curriculum. And another biggest concern is my work schedule won't allow me enough time for learning. And few of them have said that I wouldn't get the practical exposure I need to become AIML expert. And a few of them have said that I find it difficult to learn from pre-recorded videos. So let's talk about the IIT Kanpur course and take you through more in-depth detail about the course. So the IIT Kanpur's professional certificate course in AI machine learning offers you a comprehensive and industry-aligned learning path. You get to work on integrated hands-on labs and projects for practical experience. And you get access to online virtual classrooms with live peer and instructor interaction. And we make sure that it is flexible to fit your schedule for folks who have chosen the option that they don't find enough time to basically complete the course. That is what is stopping them. And the program duration for this one is 11 months, and you can just complete it by giving 10 to 15 hours per week. And this program for IIT Kanpur is an industry learning path. Amitendra, can you tell us what happens in the live learning class? Like, does it only have a live lecture or does it offer more than that?
Actually, the whole program is centered about giving you understanding how a concept works and then how do you implement on a real-time problem. So the idea is this, that we take up a particular concept, we explain you how does it work in the live session, and the instructor would be there who will be explaining these concepts. They will be giving you what's the intuition behind the concept, how does the math work, and then what kind of problem we can solve with that. And eventually, we take up a case study, and while solving the case study, we explain you how it's getting implemented. So it's entirely hands-on program where you get to learn the concept and parallelly you will be able to implement on a given problem. So not only you understand the concept, you will know in real life that where you need to implement it. And that's what is pretty important as well.
Awesome. And do you think like with 11 months of duration and with only just 10 to 15 hours per week, like someone can become an AI ML expert with this IIT Kanpur course?
I would say it's a good start in a sense that it's quite comprehensive program which talks about different concepts which are dealt in AI and machine learning. It depends on the individuals also how keen they are in terms of learning. Although we talk about 10 to 15 hours of every week, That way you can cover all the topics which is generally used in this particular domain, and with little more practice, means I'm not saying that you take a lot of time, but with practice you'll become expert at these concepts. So 11 months, when we talk about, it's a quite a good amount of time, and it's a quite comprehensive program which is getting covered in 11 months actually.
Wow, that's great. Let's move on. Basically, what exactly you get in this program as well. So you get a program completion certificate from E&ICT Academy, IIT Kanpur. Also, you get exposure to latest trends like generative AI, prompt engineering, ChatGPT, and more. And you get to work on hands-on projects in integrated labs, including a capstone project, which we'll be talking about more. And you will be also getting access to master classes which are delivered by distinguished IIT Kanpur faculty. So that's a really good advantage to have. And also moving on to the IIT Kanpur advantage. So I think we all know about IIT in general, but IIT Kanpur was established in 1959. And an interesting fact about it that it basically was responsible for launching the space shuttle Aryabhata. Moving back, there. And IIT also is home to National Blockchain Project and Interdisciplinary Center for Cybersecurity and Cyber Defense of Critical Infrastructure. And also, obviously, having an IIT Kanpur on your CV is a prestigious accomplishment. So, Amitendra, what do you think? Like, what exactly is the IIT Kanpur advantage? You have seen students taking it up.
It's a good brand to have it on your CV, first of all, because it's there since ages and nobody can question the authority of IIT, any of the IITs for that matter. And having said that, you have mentioned it is Center for Cybersecurity and Cyber Defense of Critical Infrastructure, National Blockchain Project. So that speaks itself how renowned this particular institute is.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And we'll be talking about the eligibility and prerequisites. So you need to have a prior knowledge or experience in programming and mathematics, and you need to have a bachelor degree with an average of 50% of higher marks. Having a 2+ year of formal work experience is preferred. Amitendra, like having a prior knowledge or experience in programming and mathematics, does that act as a plus while you're taking up this course?
Yes, that would be acting as a plus point, because you will have understanding of those concepts which are getting dealt in beforehand. So you will be able to catch up with the sessions very fast. And some prior knowledge is always helpful in these programs.
Awesome. We'll be talking about how this program basically prepares you. So we'll be talking about how this program builds your cybersecurity skills step by steps and gets you job ready. Amitendra, can you take us through exactly how this program builds your cybersecurity skills step by step?
Sure. So basically, it starts with the mathematics and statistical essential. And if you recall, I was talking about when you want to make your career in this particular field, you have to have a good understanding of some of the statistical concepts. Along with that, some mathematics as well, because most of the machine learning algorithms are basically optimization algorithms with a lot of computation which happens. So if you have good understanding of mathematics, you will have deeper understanding of those algorithms, and eventually you will be able to fine tune in a better manner. So that's where this particular section comes, where we talk about mathematics and statistics essential for machine learning and machine learning related field. And it also covers your programming refreshers. It talks about basics of programming so that you will be ready for the next section, which is applied data science with Python, which talks about concepts which are very essential for data pre-processing that we talk about, or before machine learning, what you're doing with the data, think that way. So it talks about concepts like data wrangling or exploratory data analysis. It covers your data acquisition functionalities, or probably how to clean the data, how to do feature engineering. So basically, whatever work goes at the data preparing stage, all that will be covered in applied data science with Python. Now, here we talk about concepts that is important from feature extraction or feature engineering perspective, and then we also help you to apply those concepts on the given data. That's how it goes. So that is your applied data science by Python. Then you have a machine learning program. That's where we talk about different machine learning algorithms. It will cover your supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Within supervised learning framework, you will be taught different regression algorithm, different classification algorithm, your ensemble learning. How do you build these models? How do you evaluate them? How do you fine tune them? So all that will be taught to you, and all this will be dealt, as I mentioned earlier also. You'll be taught a particular concept, and then you will be implementing on the data in the classroom itself with the help of the instructor. And after machine learning is done, then you will move to deep learning, and deep learning with Keras and TensorFlow, which focuses upon deep neural networks. How do you build neural networks? Different kind of neural networks. We talk about convolutional neural network, recurrent neural networks, or it could be autoencoder. So all those networks, how do you build? What kind of problem you are solving? What libraries are required? Which is basically, this is focusing on Keras and TensorFlow. And then again, how do you implement on a given problem? So that's what will be dealt over there. Then you have essentials of generative AI, prompt engineering, and ChatGPT. Now, generative AI has become very critical these days. You must be listening to all the advancement which is happening in this particular field. So starting from GANs and variational autoencoders and all, to your ChatGPT, or it could be other virtual assistant that we have been talking about, or LLMs that we have been using. So that will be dealt over there. So it will talk about prompt engineering. How do you do the prompting actually, and how to how to create some smart prompts actually. So that's what it will be dealing with. And then eventually you will have a capstone project. So now this capstone project is designed to test your understanding of all these sections that you have covered. So it will have a very comprehensive case study, I'll say a comprehensive project, which will have different sections covering different parts that you have covered in the entire program. And this gives you a lot of understanding that how a particular project gets handled in a real-time scenario. And also it gives you a lot of confidence once you solve it. So that's what the capstone project is. Now, in addition to that, you also have electives. So you can choose reinforcement learning as an elective, or couple of them. It's not that only one you can select. So you have reinforcement learning, which talks about how you learn by trial and error method. You have advanced deep learning and computer vision, focuses solely upon your image processing and talks about object detection and all. You have natural language processing and speech recognition, and also academic and industry master classes, which will be dealt by industry professionals and lecturers coming from IIT Kanpur. So that's your master class. So this is how the entire program is.
Wow, thank you so much for taking us through the steps. So the electives, they are actually optional, but it does come from as a part of the program. So we do not charge anything extra for it, but it is up to you. If you want to take it up, that's more than great. So yeah. So now moving on, about the tools, the libraries, and the platforms. I'm pretty sure all the tools here, which we're seeing here, like the Python, ChatGPT, Kubernetes. I'm pretty sure there are many more tools, platforms, and libraries, which this program covers. Amitendra, can you take us through these in-demand tools and libraries and platforms? Maybe give the audience an idea exactly what they will be learning in this program.
Sure. So basically, when you talk about the entire machine learning life cycle, starting from your problem statement and eventually when you're deploying it, so you go through different stages, and every stage has a different kind of challenge, different kind of requirements. So right from data acquisition to data pre-processing, data preparation, model building, you will be dealing with different kinds of libraries which are suitable for that particular task. And that way you'll be learning many libraries, not only which are mentioned over here. So it talks about, say, NLTK. NLTK is for Natural Language Toolkit. So if you are working with the text data, you come across this particular library. Similarly, Keras TensorFlow is this is a framework developed for deep networks, deep neural networks that we talk about, deep learning. So those are the libraries. Similarly, Matplotlib I can use for data visualization. ChatGPT, I think now you guys understand where we are using ChatGPT. sklearn is a machine learning library. Kubernetes or Flask we use for machine learning deployment. OpenAI Gym is for for your reinforcement learning. So these are some of the libraries which are mentioned over here. But in addition to these, you'll be learning few more. But this is what we are covering over here.
Awesome. I think those are pretty interesting tools and libraries and platforms to learn from. Now, talking about the projects, I think you have mentioned this before. I just have a question from the crowd that how does working on these projects with real business amplifications gets you the real world experience, and gets you job ready?
Basically, how it goes is once you start solving problem, and that also from different domains, like the couple of that you have mentioned is retail, coming from production or BFSI. So once you start solving the problems, and these are some real-time problem, it's not that it's made up. So these are the real-time problems. So once you start solving them, you get the entire understanding that how it works in the real-time scenario. What are the steps I have to take? One of the problems that people face is that once they get into a real-time world, real world problem, they don't know where to start. And once you have solved all these projects, these case studies, you will have a very good understanding that what are the steps you have to take, how to take it forward, and how to finish it off. So that gives you a lot of idea that how you're going to take up a problem statement, break it down into small component, and then build your machine learning model and deploy it. Also, it gives you idea, like all these projects gives you an understanding that what kind of different problems people are solving in different domains, different vertical. So that also is pretty important. So these are the benefits you will derive from here. It gives you a lot of confidence once you have solved all these projects and case studies which are mentioned in this on your screen.
Wow, that's pretty helpful actually for folks who are just starting off in AML as a career option, right? Also, we have talked about the Capstone project and the hype of Capstone project. So maybe would love to know that how does having a Capstone project on your CV boost your basically job applications when you're actually trying to get out there, get job ready, post completing the certificate as well?
And basically, what happens generally, if you talk about an interview, when you mention any capstone, the questions will be asked like, first of all, it shows that you have solved some comprehensive project. It gives you that idea. And because you have solved it on your own, you'll be able to explain how a machine learning project life cycle work, and which is very essential when you are actually applying for a particular job and they want to understand if you have the thorough understanding of these concepts or not. So basically what happens is once you have this mentioned on your CV, you can easily explain what you have done because you have solved it entirely. And with that perspective, you will be able to explain that what are the steps you have taken, what kind of challenges you have faced, how did you sort out those challenges, what kind of additional steps you could have taken to make it even better, that those kind of ideas you can give. So having a capstone on your CV gives this understanding to the organizations that you have worked on a real life problem. You understand how it works out in reality. You also understand that how to utilize different libraries, different framework to solve a particular problem. So that's how it will be helpful.
Wow, that's really good. I can see the potential of having a capstone project, in your resume post the certification as well. That's great. Now we have a Simplilearn community also that supports you. So the learners will be getting access to instructors, program manager, cohort manager, learning teams and peers, and also getting access to curriculum and resources. So there's a community which actually supports you, and you can go and raise your questions there. Whatever you have during your certification process. The LMS learning environment is something Amitendra will be taking us through, giving you a live experience of exactly what happens when you take up the course. But in this learning environment, we will be talking about how you can manage your curriculum. Amitendra will be showcasing the full learning part, how you can access the live virtual classroom, and where are the labs and projects you can perform them out as well. The test and assessments, the capstone project which we already talked about, and also for unlocking your certificate. Basically, once you're done with your program, the progress tracking screen will also be there, and also there'll be support tools which will be available 24/7 for you as well from Simplilearn. So Amitendra, can you take us through the learning environment?
Sure. Just give me a sec. Hey guys, so once you enroll for a program, you will be given access to the LMS. And once you log into your LMS, depending on the program that you have chosen, the course will be listed. And I'm just giving you one of the program that I have access for. So here, once you log into your LMS, the program will be mentioned over there. You click on that particular program, like Apply Data Science with Python is one of the section that I have explained to you when I was talking about different sections that we covered in this program over here. So once you go over there, you will get the self-learning videos over there. So you have the self-learning videos, which is just kind of a pre-recorded video just to help you to get started with these concepts. It doesn't mean that you have to watch this and learn from it. This is just for your help purpose, nothing else. So you get the self-learning video. Then you also get options. So here, when I go to the learning track here, I was talking about self-learning videos. So you get this self-learning, you get the live classes option, you get the assessment over here. So everything is at single place. So see here, once I go to the self-learning module, this is just for your help purpose. It lists down all the sections which are there in the self-learning here, this side. So you have like course introduction, then you have introduction to data science, essential Python programming, NumPy and all. Then you have option for live classes over here. You can click on that and whatever classes are scheduled for you will appear over here. You will have the joining link there itself and you can join the classes from here. Also, after the classes are over, which is instructor led, it's not a pre-recorded video that you are watching. Once the classes are over, you will have your recording of the class available here itself. So in case if you want to go back to the concept that has been dealt and you want to just watch it again and make some notes, you can do that. So that learning, those videos will be over here. Then you have an assessment tab over here if you see. So assessment tab basically will talk about the project that you are supposed to finish in this particular section. This is not a capstone. This is a project which is part of your applied data science with Python here. Okay, so you have two projects. One of them you have to solve and you have to submit. And when you go to any of these projects, it gives you the entire description. What's the problem statement? List down all the questions, gives you a Word file which will have all the questions, everything. You will have the data here itself. And then you are supposed to solve and submit. So that's your assessment tab. Now, while learning these concepts, when the instructor is teaching you, they might be using some presentation, some data set, and some notebooks as well. So all that reference material is available here itself. You don't have to go somewhere else. Just download these ebooks, which are the presentations used in the classroom. Your code file will be over here, and the data set which is getting used in the code file are over here, which will be utilized in the classroom. So you don't have to go to any other place. Download everything from here and keep it handy whenever you are going for a live class. Then you also have a certificate section. Once you finish this particular assessment, your certificate will get unlocked. Then when you want to work on a data set or when you want to work while learning from the instructor, you can go to the practice lab and you can launch the lab and you can start working on the problems inside the lab here. You don't have to actually install anything on your system. It's a preloaded lab which has everything in it, like all the libraries that you need. And all you need to do, you need to simply log in, launch, and start working on it. So the lab appears like this. And this is just to give you a little perspective that one of the session which I'm taking at the moment, just to give you a little perspective. So this is how it comes. I'm talking about, say, data wrangling. Just a second, guys. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, so here I was talking about if I'm teaching data wrangling in my classroom. So this is how it will go. I'll talk about different concepts, and while talking about those concepts, I'll ask you that, okay, let's do one thing. Let's import the data and let's work on the data. And then we'll go one by one, each of these concepts, implementing on the data. And then eventually We'll give you some exercise to work upon, and that's how it goes. So you learn everything in the lab. Notebooks are shared in advance, so you don't have to actually go different places for downloading the data or the notebook. So this is how typically a session goes, where we talk about different concepts and we implement on the data. Then in the lab, you also have options for taking notes. If you want to write it down something, you can take notes here. You have a community support over here in case you want to you got stuck at some place and you need help. You can log into the community link and you can put up your question, and our set of trainers are available 24/7, and we answer those queries whichever is put in the community. Then you have a help button also over here in case if something is creating a problem for you, some issue is happening, you can raise a ticket. It will be sorted out in no time. So that's how your LMS function. This is basically quite comprehensive in a sense that you get everything at one place. You don't have to roam around here and there to first accumulate all the material and then start learning. Everything is already curated for you. All you need to do is you need a system which can which has a browser. Just log in and start working. So that's what the LMS is all about.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amit, for taking us through the LMS. Folks, I'm pretty sure you might have questions about the LMS environment or about the IIT Kanpur course. We're getting a lot of questions. We'll be taking those in some time. Meanwhile, just let me share my screen back. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Thank you. So we have global leaders as Program Director, Professor Ami Karekari as well, who works in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering and also from IIT Kanpur. We basically, these global leaders make sure that Simplilearn is delivering as per the standards to IIT Kanpur about this program. We'll be talking about the learner outcomes. I can see folks have asked about the learner outcomes on the chat. Interesting thing is the previous classes have consisted of learners from world-class organizations and diverse industries. Basically, learners join from IT, consultancy, and other BFSIs and other industries. And the hiring companies we have is Amazon, Cognizant, Infosys, Tata, Genpact, Deloitte, Citi, Wells Fargo, EY, and many more. So, just want to know, like, are you interested in enrolling in this program by IIT Kanpur for AI/ML? So you can see a quick poll on your screen. All you need to do is select an option. So yes or no. So are you interested in enrolling in this program of IIT Kanpur's Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning? So you can see a quick poll on the screen. I must say the audience is pretty responsive here. So we've gotten a great audience here, great set of learners here who are curious about AI, ML. I can see from the questions we have gotten in the Q&A box, which I am excited to take up those questions, as soon as possible. We are done with this poll. So yeah. So would you like to enroll in this program? So you can see a quick poll on the screen. The program, IIT Kanpur's Professional Certificate Program in Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. So you can see a quick poll on your screen. You can respond to choose yes if you are interested, and no if you're not interested. So you can see a quick poll on the screen. I can see most of the folks have already voted for an answer. I can see the interest in the program, and that's great. And a few of the folks who have not voted, I would suggest to just quickly go and vote for the poll on your screen you're seeing right now. So yeah, so I'll be giving 10 seconds more, then we will be closing this poll. Meanwhile, I'm going to the questions. We have a lot of questions in the Q&A box, and we can't wait to take those questions as well to help you out. So, yeah. I'll be closing the poll in 10 seconds. So a few of the folks who have not voted, I can see most of the folks have already voted, and I can see the interest towards enrolling into the program more. So that's great. we've gotten a lot of curious learners here. See, I'll be closing the poll in 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I can see almost 80% of the folks, they actually are interested in enrolling in this program. So that's amazing. Now we'll be talking about the enrollment steps. The enrollment steps are pretty simple, 3 simple steps. All you need to do is you need to submit an application at askus@simplilearn.net. Your application will be going for a review. Once your application is reviewed, you'll be getting the admission call and admission email from the learning consultants from Simplilearn. Now, I know someone has asked about the program fee and the schedule as well. So the program fee is 1,53,400 including taxes, INR rupees. And in case you're looking for financing options, they're available at 5,222 per month. And also, the cohort is starting on 16th of September this year, and the induction classes will start from 28th of August. So you have enough time to start even the class as well, in case you're planning to start immediately. And you can always contact us at askus@simplilearn.net. Also, just to let you know that we have limited seats available. We only take up 25 to 30 learners per cohort in order to make sure that everyone's get the special attention while studying in this program by IIT Kanpur. Now, I would want to know that how soon do you plan on enrolling in this program? For folks who have selected yes, most of the folks, like, from the previous poll. So I would suggest that you can see 4 options in your screen. It's a very quick poll. This is just to understand when do you plan to enroll in this program? So what exactly is in your mind? Are you planning to enroll immediately? So you can select the first option. If you're planning to enroll within 3 months, you can select the second one. If you're planning to enroll within 6 months or more than 6 months from now, you can select the third or fourth option. So for folks who have selected yes, even the few folks have selected no. I know you're still thinking about it. You're just not sure when exactly, maybe 6 months down the line. So I would suggest for folks who have selected, few folks who have selected no, they can select the 6 months or more than 6 months from now. That's plenty of enough time if you're interested in this program, to take that up and not miss out on this bonus offer you'll be getting, once you actually select that you want to enroll in this program. So I can see the polls moving in. So I'll give enough time for folks who have not voted yet. So I'll give like 10 seconds more so you can see a quick poll on your screen. How soon do you plan to enroll? Okay, I can see the polls are still moving. So what I will do is I'll give 15 more seconds till we close up this poll and move on to the Q&A part of the session. For the Q&A part of the session, while you guys are voting in, basically how soon do you plan to enroll, and help us out with that information. I'm looking at the Q&A questions, and we'll be taking those questions just after this poll. So I'm really excited about the Q&A part after this. So yeah. So 10 seconds more for a few of the folks who have not voted yet. I can see most of the folks have voted. So I'll be closing the poll in 10 seconds. Meanwhile, folks who are asking questions in the chat, please go ahead and put those questions in the Q&A box because we'll be taking the questions from the Q&A box. And we get a lot of messages on chat. I'm so sorry for that. We might miss it. So yeah. Okay, awesome. I'll be closing the poll in 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, awesome. We can see that half of the folks are interested in joining within immediately or within 3 months, and a few of the folks are interested within 6 months and more than 6 months from now. So that's really good. Thank you so much for voting. Now let's move on to the most interesting part of the session, that is the Q&A session with Amitendra. So Amitendra, maybe let's start with few questions from the folks who actually have put down questions even before the starting the session. So I can see Upanshu Garg has asked a question. Good evening, sir. I wanted to know how many projects will we do in this course apart from Capstone projects? Also, how many Capstone projects we will do?
Yeah, so Capstone would be one, and every section will have its own kind of a mini capstone, you can think of it. So every section will have its own project. So I guess we mentioned six sections total. So we'll have 6 projects for that. And then not only that, within the sessions also, you'll be solving some case studies. So if you talk about projects, it will be roughly, you can say around, including capstone, you can say around 10.
Okay, awesome. I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much, Amitendra. I can see one question from Ravi. I am a mechanical engineer working in off-road vehicle. So it will be helpful for me as it is more related to computer and ECE engineering.
Well, if you ask about transitioning into roles related to AI or data science from a mechanical engineering background is indeed possible and can be beneficial, especially if you are working on projects related to, say, off-road vehicles that involves data collection, sensors, and automation. Or to give a little perspective that what kind of problem you might be interested in solving using machine learning AI, it could be predictive maintenance for off-road vehicles that we talk about, like maximizing the uptime of heavy off-road vehicles, or it could be, say, terrain classification for autonomous vehicles. It could be fuel efficiency optimization that you want to achieve, or it could be vehicle health monitoring that you want to do. All those places you can use machine learning and AI. Okay, so lot of usage of AI in the field of mechanical engineering that you talk about.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amitendra. I hope that answers your question. We have gotten a very similar question that can we compare today's web technology in AI ML? Is this going to help with building applications or replace the applications? This is asked by Chaitanya.
Well, some of them will be replaced. It will become obsolete, some of the application, because AI will give you a newer capability altogether, and we'll be building new ones also. So, but eventually what is going to happen is we're going to build a lot of applications which will become kind of that's what we want to achieve, like over the counter products, but that's very difficult to do in this particular field. But eventually that's what they were looking like, applications which leverages AI and ML, and it's solving some real-time problem. End users can easily use it without getting into the nitty-gritties of how they are working, but in the background some algorithm must be functioning, like Google Photos for that matter. You have been using it, right? And in the background a lot of data mining is happening, which probably you must be aware also, like how it identify who are there in the pictures. Okay, so all that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your answer. I hope that answers your question. I can see one question. I am in first year EC. Should I start learning AI/ML from now? If yes, how can I start?
And sooner the better, I would say. And as I mentioned earlier also, when you want to get a good grip of all these learning algorithms, you should start from very basic. And if you want to eventually become a data scientist or a machine learning engineer, you have to have a very good knowledge of basic statistics to advanced statistics, programming knowledge. And then you should have a knack of solving some problem. That's what I would say. So start with the statistics and foundation. Learn what is statistics, like as simple as mean, median, mode that we talk about, or descriptive statistics that we have. Inferential statistics is there, statistical inferences, all that. You finish it off and then move to the machine learning. However, I want to tell you, machine learning models are totally different from statistical model. But to get a good understanding of the input which you're providing to the machine learning model, you have to have a good understanding of statistics.
Awesome. I hope that answers your question. We have a very similar one which you already answered with this question, like what statistics and mathematics skills are required. I think I've answered with this one.
Yep.
Let me check out more questions we've gotten. We're still getting questions here. So, okay, to what extent should I learn statistics and mathematics? Are basics enough, or should I have learn in depth? Again, a similar one. If you would like to answer add anything to that.
Sure. So I would say in depth, in a sense that if I mention a particular concept, like say I say statistical inference, so you should know how it works, why it's required, and what are the techniques inside it. Or if I talk about, say, ANOVA, how does it work? So basically, I would say that learn to that extent that you are able to correlate that concept with a particular problem or any kind of real-time problem to that extent. At the same time, I don't want you to get carried away with that and then move too much into the statistics part as well. Because it's an ocean. It has so many things. So I would say start with the basics of it, like understanding simple histograms, or probably it's understanding probability distributions, and then statistical inference. That should be sufficient to say that you have understanding of a statistical term, and then you move to the machine learning models.
Awesome. I hope that answers your question. Okay, we can see one question by Ajay. I am an ex-ship captain, a master mariner. Our exams do not come under university. Mumbai University has given us an equivalent of graduation. I have completed an MBA with ITM Navi Mumbai and an extra master's with DG Shipping. Will I be considered eligible? Okay, I think so. Like it should be eligible, right? Like that is something you can also clarify with us at askus@simplilearn.net, Ajay. Okay, I can see Richa has asked a question that I don't have any knowledge about Python. Then should I join this course or not?
If you don't have understanding of Python, you need to understand one thing is that throughout the program, Python will be utilized. So it's better to learn Python, but we give a programming refresher, so that will take care of it to a certain extent. But honestly telling you, think of Python as a helping hand. You don't have to become a Python developer. A lot of people make this mistake. They start thinking, I'll become an expert at Python and then I will learn machine learning. But there are two different paths altogether. You don't have to become a Python developer. You have to learn Python from the perspective that you want to use Python for machine learning. So some basics of Python, if you just go through and you understand how the code works, that will be sufficient. You don't have to spend a lot of time on that.
Thank you so much, Amitendra. I hope that answers your question. I can see one question from Malik. I have just completed my second year and have not yet got an admission in bachelor's program. Okay, that's confusing. Am I eligible to enroll? Okay, I think it means that he has not completed the degree. Yeah. So as per the eligibility, that you need to have a bachelor's degree. So, but I would say that 3 year or 4 year degree, whatever degree you're doing, so complete that and then you can enroll in this program. Okay. Let me see more questions. Sir, I don't have programming knowledge as coming from a mechanical background. Do you start from the basics so I can grab all the knowledge and pace of the course in this particular program?
As I already answered this one, that yes, we give a programming refresher, but before you come, you can just do some pre-reading on Python programming on your own also. It's not a difficult language altogether, just to tell you.
Oh, awesome. I hope that answers your question. I can see one question from Srirang that can I possibly finish this in 3 months if all materials online and self-driven?
Sorry, come again?
Can I possibly finish this in 3 months if all the material is online and self-driven?
Not really, because it's an instructor-led program where you have to go through the sessions and there is eligibility for the certificate based on the attendance as well.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Amitendra. I think, okay, let me see. As we know that AI is replacing human effort almost in every field, sooner or later AI model will develop, which will make AI models itself. Will this course be beneficial? Really do not want to mess up with AI.
Well, if you're talking about distant future, you don't know it's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen after 20, 30 years. So are you going to wait for 30 years to decide whether you're going to do the program or not is the question. So basically I'm saying you study this, learn how it works. And when the time comes, when AI is building AI, then probably will take a back seat. Right now, it's not that case. It's not that way. So you have to learn and implement it.
I hope that answers your question. We have two questions about the course, that if this course is available in US. and outside of India as well. For that, we actually are done with the Q&A part. So thank you so much, Amitendra, for taking us through this program in detail and also taking up this Q&A questions as well. I'll be just going to the basically slide where you can actually scan it and go to the program page as well for folks who actually want to check it out for outside of India or the US part. So meanwhile, I'm pretty sure that you need assistance with enrolling to this program. So a little bit of help is required, right? So why not get complete assistance from Simplilearn while you want to enroll in this program? So you can see a quick poll on your screen. So let us know if you need an assistance to enroll in this program. This is especially for the folks who have basically voted for yes, they want to enroll in this program, and basically they have selected the duration as well. Why they want, basically why and when they want to enroll in this program. So just a quick poll to understand basically, do you need assistance to enroll in this IIT Kanpur's professional certificate program in artificial intelligence and machine learning? So it's always get to it's always good to get that help, right? Like as much as about the program before signing up. So I would recommend to select yes. So please go for the yes option so you can get all the help you need before you take up this program from Simplilearn Learning Consultant. So yeah, I'll keep up the poll for 15 seconds because I can see most of the folks have voted. But for the few folks who have not voted, I would highly recommend to go and vote. So yeah, the question is like, do you need assistance in enrolling in the IIT Kanpur's Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning's Professional Certificate Program? So meanwhile, you folks are voting in. Just to let you know that we are almost done with the session. And I can see a few of the folks who have asked about the recording of the webinar in the Q&A. So you will be getting a recording link for the post webinar, and you can view it again. You can go through it again in case you want to have basically want to have much better idea about the program which Amitendra has taken us through, and also about the webinar certificate that also you'll be getting post program. So please go and quickly vote for the poll because I'll be closing the poll in 10 seconds. People are still voting in, I can see that. So yeah, so do you need an assistant to enrolling in this program? So I would highly recommend to select yes because you should get all the help you need, right, from the learning consultants. So awesome. Awesome. I can see most of the folks have already voted and they need help. So that's great to know. And I'll be ending the poll in 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So we can see that half of the folks actually want assistance. So that's great. Now, basically, we'll be ending the webinar. So thank you so much for being a great audience. You can always ask us more questions related to the program, this program, or other programs with Simplilearn at askus or at the rate simplilearn.net. And folks who have asked that, do we have programs outside of India or in the US? You can scan this code from your mobile and be taken to the Simplilearn's website where you can actually check out this particular program as well for your country and also other programs which are eligible in your country. So thank you so much, Amitendra, again for joining us and taking us through this program and answering so many interesting questions from the Q&A box and helping
Thanks.
folks out. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rasha. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Likewise.